Hello, friends, and welcome to the heart. Now, welcome to our live stream of Worlds Without Number, which doesn't have a map up right now because I'm really good at my chosen profession in life, also known as live streaming. So, here we are, playing Arcspire! Exclamation mark Arcspire in chat will give you the 411. But please don't forget that this is a Fool's Moon Entertainment sponsored stream! Exclamation mark Fool's Moon. Tell you all about it. All right. So, hello, Corrupted Spirit. Oh wow, it's a you. So
It's
here we
you,
are.
Mario.
Here we are, gaming, as it were. And last time on Arcspire, our little group of Marked were out to defeat the Screecher that terrorizes this place and go to heal the Uatu known as the Gorgeous Gaseous Gorge by using a soul. Perhaps the soul of the Screecher, perhaps another soul. And on their way, some floaters arrived amidst a terrible shriek. So who knows what's about to happen? But the I've adjusted the faction standings from the between session lack of decaying, leaving the Reclaimers at a 68, the Guardians at a 71, and the Arcanists at a 62. So everybody's
Why
on
does
the
it
up.
decay between sessions if we're picking up exactly where we left off?
It's actually always supposed to decay at the end of every session so that the number doesn't get too high.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
I've just been forgetting to do it this entire adventure, so I was
Oh,
like,
no.
oh, Arcanist must be at the top for starting off with a +10. Thank you, Failing and Flailing.
Yes!
Whose name greatly describes a lot of what happens on these cliff tops.
True.
God,
Very accurate.
Goop just popped out for me, and I'm assuming nobody else.
Goop is
I
still
see
here.
Goop.
I still see Goop.
God.
Didn't we get another program?
There's
Didn't
Goop
somebody
everywhere.
pay for another program?
No, somebody offered for us to go back to meets. To pay for us to go back to meets. Meets isn't really something I consider worth paying money for, but if we have to, we will. We're looking into other alternatives, but for now, I mean, I lose connection with nobody as much as I lose connection with Goop, so I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Hi, Goop, I think,
Is
can you
that
hear
like
me?
I can hear you. I haven't lost contact with anybody. I just suppose I've disappeared.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know if it's because you're West Coast or not, but I feel like other West Coasties we haven't had the problem with, so I don't know. Anyway,
I've had the most problems, like not like interpersonal, but like technological problems with Goop. Goop often disappears and/or her audio cuts out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, it's
I have never
It's alright.
experienced that.
OBS Ninja just isn't very good, and will need to be replaced soon. We are aware of this, but we are playing through. So, everybody, all the players who give me your initiative rolls while I tell people the 3
Oh.
ways they can influence the going of events. 1, for no money down, you can go and click the little button. But unlike buying a trailer for your boat to take to the lake, this is actually no money ever. It's free. It's just channel points. And for 2,000, you can give a dangerous to go alone to a character by typing in their character's name, and then they'll get an item or insight in the moment that'll help them out. You could also do an arc. You could also change the faction influence, as you always saw Failing and Flailing do. The relative influence of the 3 factions represented by the little logos next to people. If you exclamation mark Arcspire, check out the document, get a 411 on what all 3 of them are, and you will learn what they stand for. We've got 2 Reclaimers, 1 Guardian, 1 Arcanist in the house tonight. And
Reclaimers!
it is now, if you would like to put a little skin in the game, if you scroll into the About section at Money Honey, you can donate money to the Wild Magic Surge bar directly, cutting out the Twitch middleman so we get more of the money. And you can see there's a little bit there on the left-hand side of the map from earlier streams. It keeps on until it bursts for the Wild Magic Surge, or whatever the Surge meter might be for a given game, like a Wild Wasteland Moment or Fallout. So please look forward to that. If you scroll down, there's also, unique to Arcspire, a bit menu. You can give bits to make things happen. You can give people rerolls. You can heal them. You can give enemy more hit dice and more mooks. So, you know, strongly consider is all I'm saying. And with that, I think we've covered all the means and methods and yays. And we've talked about the relative standing of the factions. Priestess Anella is gonna just go on. Viv, your followers will all go on your initiative.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it keeps
My
things
poor initiative.
keeps things nice and tidy. Yeah, and Luke, a heroic man himself, will be making his initiative roll. Oh wow, crazy. I think he beats the floaters in a
Nice.
tie though. Yeah, not a very high initiative go around, but it is a D8 initiative game. So, Renrick Carver, you stayed behind to do a little bit of something in the village to try and see if you couldn't get one more advantage for your compatriots as they headed out. Could you give me a real quick D100 roll as we get the first faction influence roll of the night?
Alright. Survey says 53.
53 hits below 72. Guess what, Renrick? So you stayed behind and spoke to the elders of the village. You managed to convince them that your cause was not only just, but also quite likely to succeed. Wow, somebody else is just likely to succeed. Thank you so much, Snow Dogs, for the $45 donation.
Holy shit!
Renrick, you managed to retrieve a wingsuit. It takes up 1 encumbrance, and you can't wear it if you're wearing heavier than light armor. But it gives you glide, and if you catch the updrafts of gas in this area, you can even glide up. But it does not let you fly
fancy.
freely. Yeah, but so you have, because they trust the Arcanists to be able to handle an item of lore and significance, they have agreed to part with it for you. And, yeah, so you're coming, the floaters are rising, and in the distance, the Screecher is, like, crying out, right? Things seem to be going pretty topsy-turvy, but, you know, still kind of manageable. But then you see a quickening, a swift changing of the winds, an expansion of heat, and almost a sonic boom cut 7 ways across your eardrums. Something seems to rip itself open alive, squealing, squirming, bleeding into the air as beams of blue light simply wrench open reality, bending and folding its presence, seemingly with no rhyme or reason, but striking across in these great configurations. A wild magic surge has occurred. The surge meter here, I think this might be the first time we have a surge on this show. But the legacy itself that creates the magic of this planet known as Dirt seems to be undergoing a malfunction, an overload. It's hard to say, hard to be sure.
Oh god. Are we playing laser tag?
But as the beams of light dance together, you see they seem to fold space and time. And you feel as if though, if you were to touch one of these beams, you could spend your main action attempting to roll over the fold and arrive anywhere else the beam touches.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Oh.
And
Fast
as
travel button.
this happens, this floater almost seems to get slurped into the unseen sphincter of the universe and is popped away. So too this floater here at an intersection, which seemed to crackle with unnatural lightning and light that almost seem an absence of energy rather than its presence. Or perhaps you're just so used to a world suffused with magic you can't imagine one without. And your brain struggled to comprehend. You feel as if though an old adage about crossing beams applies here. But you do see a clashing, clattering at several points regardless.
Terrible.
But yeah, thank you so much, Snow Dogs. Big ups,
Oh
big
my
ups. We see you. You're a wonderful member of the community. I see you representing us on Twitter. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you for coming out. Renrick Carver, you're like, oh, I've got a wingsuit. Surely that would be the greatest, complications encounter. Boing! All right, what are you doing now? I think the background track changes when that happens. I think.
Although this was very good for this particular scene.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Alas, poor York presently appears to be U-shaped as the beam goes through him, but because he's not really there, he also isn't, like, shunted anywhere else. The light that consists his illusion is merely displaced around a warp in... Is it your perception? Or reality itself? Renrick, what would you like to do?
Okay, so first, just to get a handle on the situation, I see it looks like 4 floaters that are all about.
Yeah. Normally they're not
are
aggressive, but they seem to be moving towards your party with intent that is unusual to them.
Alright, well, I remember that bad things happened when they actually got close enough. So I am going to try to fend these things off. Let's see. Now, I still have a modified fuel cell.
True.
How many uses of that do I have?
I'm gonna say a filled up one's got like 10 shots.
Okay,
That's a
I've
couple.
used it once so far. And what's the range on it?
I think with the extended nozzle, you get a bit more. I think the nearest floater's in range. I think it's like 20-30 feet with the nozzle.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna take one step over, not touching the beam.
Not
But I
touching the
don't
beam.
want to hit people on the platform, and I take aim and fire. Now I don't.
I believe.
Stats for this here.
I believe it's because it calls a save on the target. Because you are more or less firing a like liquid flamethrower over an area, so it's more of whether they dodge than you miss. And you're going. I saw a ping to the south, but you're shooting for the northern one.
I'm going for this
I
one.
did that by accident. Sorry.
Oh, that's all good. All right, yeah, so that one. So this floater sort of lethargically approaching. Flame bursts through the air and singes the gas, pushing it all out, and it tries to, float out of the way, but it doesn't float out of the way in time. Renrick, could you roll me 2d4?
Gladly.
Oh. I just realized I'm not on the turn tracker because I haven't rolled.
That would be a good thing to
Excellent.
get. Renrick gets the double fours down at 0 gaming as this floater's whole gelatinous jelly mash splashes with a burning liquid and it sort of sears into the gelatin-like flesh. These like holy pockets like lower into it and fire just bursts up out of it. It screeches as it descends.
Beautiful. What an entrance.
I'm gonna pretend your initiative is 7 so you can go after Avi.
All right. Back up,
and-
Lauren Hainsworth.
Is okay, yeah, Goop is back. I can hear her again. Alright. Cass, it's your
I
turn.
just muted myself for a second. Sorry.
It's all good. Just whatever you do, don't do the thing that turns off your camera's box presence, if at all possible.
Yes, that jump
That
everybody
yeah.
around.
But you can mute the mic. It's fine. Cass, you're not prone. You just have this face on. Got your game face on, really.
Yeah, she's
no.
she's changed a little bit as the progression of her system strain has gotten its effects on her, or has
Okay.
exerted its influence on her. Yeah, she is feeling feral and kind of pissed, but also, yeah, we got to get out of here somehow. So you can touch these things and be transported elsewhere. Is the idea?
You can spend a main action to reach out and touch them and attempt to ride the bump and roll the fold. And appear somewhere else that the beams are.
Interesting. Now this one, is it below or above that the beam?
It is... The beam is like riding through it, so to look at it, it almost looks like it's a hole through the center of the jelly. And yet as it moves, it's like a trick of a funhouse mirror. Its form does not in any way distend, even though it's around this ripple.
I kind of want to try something insane. Everybody gets one guess what I'm about to do.
Do it.
Alright, I'm gonna go over here and ride this motherfucker.
Alright,
And
so...
I want to be right here.
Awesome. Can you give me a luck save?
Okay, this is gonna go horribly. Yeah.
You
Oh,
pop
boy.
up, you step forward and you flail like a little bit out above, and you land atop the floater. Give me an evasion save. At disadvantage because you have spikes on you.
Yeah, I do.
Regardless, so your spikes do puncture it, but rather than hold you in position, it just sort of like tears at it, and you deal a little damage before righting yourself atop the floater. You've had to spend your main action to do this, but you are now on top of this floater out over the abyss.
Yes! Bitches! I've invented surfing!
Indeed. So,
Again.
Lauren Hayesworth, it is your turn at present.
Dangerous game.
I'm going to move. How do you do the okay, like that? Okay. I'm just gonna stand there.
Alright, so you don't want to use it, you just want to move forward.
Yeah, not yet. I'm gonna be there in case for next turn.
Alright, but you're gonna hold position at that location.
Yeah,
You want to like
yeah.
ready an action to like stab the first thing that comes near you or anything like that?
Well, not the first thing, in case like, yeah, but
Like
the
a
first
hostile.
floater or enemy. Yeah.
Alright, throw a clock on yourself, and Vivienne, is your turn alongside your priestess Hanella, who can move before or after you at your preference.
I'm going to have the priestess Hanella come up on the platform beside me, and have Jorvik come down here and prepare to punch any floaters that get too close.
Alright.
And that's my whole turn.
So the floaters begin to act, and just as you described, that course of action does come to pass. A floater comes up within punching distance of Jorvik to act psychically upon its jelly brain contained within that bone apple you can see in the ring.
All right.
Bone apple teeth.
Let's see. Punching. Phantasmal mimesis. I fight with my caster hit bonus and do 1d8 damage. So I suppose my hit bonus is 0, I'm assuming. So that would be a d what? 2d6?
Mm-hmm.
Or... Hello?
Hey, what do you mean 2d6? Like, what's the damage as? Oh, I just lost goop.
I can hear
We
you.
lost you.
I hear you.
We really have to find a solution for this.
Just tell her to type return if she can hear you.
Rolling attack. No bonus. 1d8 damage. From your... Hi.
Alright, let's pop the attack.
I don't know what dice to roll.
Lee, she doesn't know what dice to roll.
Alright, yeah, I can hear. What's your magic skill?
Magic is +1,
Alright, roll
but
a
it's
d-
using my attack skill. My attack bonus, which is 0.
Alright, so that's added. So just roll a d20 plus 1.
Okay. Okay, well that's a 6. I don't think that's gonna hit.
It is not indeed. So in Jorvik is an illusion, so the floater can pass right through him, right?
Yep.
The
Unless it-
The floater feels for something, doesn't find it, and then attempts to grab the first meat person they come upon, which is the priestess.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so that is a successful grab and a deal of 1 damage to the priestess, who sort of lets out a hue and cry. She's not seen to be in a great way. And she is presently yoinked by the floater.
Oh knows.
It is Luke's turn. So Luke will not let this stand, and he says, "How about you?" And swings his ancestral blade. The runes across it, arcing with great power in the midst of this. It comes down in the dirt, but he does on the way slash a tendril for the shock damage of 2. Yeah, so another terrible hue, cry, and shriek comes up and comes out. And you see the foe you came here for, the Screecher, rounding these rocks. Well, maybe you didn't
God.
come here for, but
Oh no.
they're here.
Screecher.
Yeah.
It's a screecher creature.
It is a Screecher creature.
Is this a screecher creature feature?
I suppose one could say. Yeah, Cass technically was at 8, so, like, you know. Cass, what's your dexterity?
It's not great, Chief. 10.
Alright, I'm gonna guess that the Screecher goes before you then.
That's unfortunate, given my proximity to it. I'm
Yes.
fucking dead.
So the Screecher notices you. What's
Hello,
this?
what's
Notices Cass Fenborn. And comes in here. Flies up towards, flies in your direction, more or less. And tries to give you a flyby with some claws. More presently on the jelly floater. You could choose to try and sink further into the floater and have further conundrums there, or you could just take the attack.
I'm worried that if I sink further into the floater while I'm on this teleportation beam, that I might end up like Cronenberg's Fly character.
Canadian
But,
Striker, thank you for the host.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna try this full evasion style. I'm not gonna sink. I'm gonna stand my ground.
Because you won't bow down. Yep. So, the
Highlighted the stream, folks.
The Screecher is going to go for 2 claw slashes. That's a whiff and a.
Want to be a nat 20.
Well, not
Alright, that hits.
Not natty, but sure is light. As it scratches you for a neat 3 damage, wiping you down a third. So you're
Yeah,
at 6.
ouch.
Hey, that's a nice health bar, though.
That's a nice number, yeah.
Alright, so it's Cass's turn. Cass, you're
I am
on.
very
You're
mature.
sunk on this foe. The Screecher's coming at you. What are you gonna do?
So I want to. Decisions. All right, so these connection points, these are the void of magic, or what's the deal with them?
They seem to be You're not sure. They look like an intersection where there's lightning.
So don't go towards them is the idea.
Probably bad. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've got an awful idea, and I'm just stupid enough to do it. Gonna try going for an attack on the one that I'm literally on top of. I'm gonna re-roll that with my re-roll, because fuck no.
No, it's not a reroll. You just automatically hit. You want to use your veteran's luck, right?
No, I have a re-roll. Okay. I'm assuming 11 hits.
An 11 does hit, yes. Give me the 9. So you deal 9 damage. So you drive your sword through the floater, and you stab down below the halo that is the bone apple. Blood and mush sort of oozes out, and the floater deflates. The gas that's holding to keep you both up going away as you begin to descend rapidly atop the floater. And you're passing through the beam's light.
Yeah, I kind of want to like trampoline style jump up in the last moment, hoping beyond hope that on my next turn I will still be in the air so that I can spend my main action.
So you get a quick sense that that's not how the passage of time will be treating you. If you jumped up, it's possible that you touch the beam at some point during your turn, but you don't have the main action on hand to teleport using it.
I have made a horrible mistake.
Wait, Renrick has the wingsuit, right? Is it on?
It's on Renrick.
It's on Renrick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, you know what else has wings?
Alright.
I want to jump onto the Screecher.
Alright. Roll me a dex exert. Or no, strength exert.
In true pro-tag fashion.
This whole game has just been me making a series of worse decisions.
Okay, you jump pretty good. The Screecher dodges. You fly forward.
Oh,
your hands
goodbye.
are flying. Your spikes extended. You might hit this board. Give me an evasion save.
Oh god.
Wait, before I roll, has anybody got a reroll for me lined up?
Hit the bit menu in the about section. You'll see that.
Oh
she
my
manages to
God!
catch it. You catch it and you hang.
I was so worried. You were gonna get yourself killed.
Yeah, so you bring this petrified
Wow,
wood
really?
goes
Heart attack
tense.
here.
A few, shavings of dust and dirt and rock bits fly off from either end. There's clearly a heavy strain on it, the way you've impacted it, but you are dangling there for a moment. However, you might note that you looked down and failed to save earlier, and once again, the beauty of the gaseous gorge is just overwhelming you as you fly through it, but also see it in this brand new light as everything twists away, and then it all seems to come to an intersection. This nexus of dangling, dancing unlight directly ahead of you. Roll me a mental save real quick.
We're not great at those.
Okay. You lose your grasp on the wood, but do not fall. You look down and see that 2 of your spikes have embedded themselves into the petrified wood board, but you are now prone and halfway under this board. Yeah, it would not take very
I'm a
much
tactical
downward
genius.
pressure to, like, if anything hits you, you're going down. Renrick Carver, it is presently your turn. What would you like to do?
Does this glider support the weight of 2 people?
So, not really normally. If you managed to catch a draft and the person was light, say not wearing any heavy armor, that could be good. Oh,
Say not gas.
I'm not wearing heavy armor.
Snow Dogs gives a reroll to enable Cass's decision-making skills. Cass, your next roll, you're gonna get a reroll unless you'd like to reroll that mental save and still be dangling. But I think you're gonna try some stuff next turn. You want that in the hole.
I'm
for,
sure
right?
I will try some horrific things.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Snow
I'm
Dogs,
good.
for the bits.
Thank you
I
so
will
much.
mark a little heart on you so we can remember you got that reroll in the tank for your decision making. Sorry, Renrick. You think that if you caught a good draft, you might be able to temporarily drag like up and forward slightly, but you're not going to be able to like swoop up while you're holding somebody else. That's not going to happen, and you're all going to be relying on the drafts.
Okay. Assuming.
You're like America in the '60s.
Would I? I caught that. Would I conceivably have the glider ready to go? Could I?
Yeah, it's like
move?
a wingsuit. You've got it ready to go. You could hop off this fucking board right now and be swoosh.
Okay, and how far could I go?
By default, you can glide 40 feet, but you will descend like 5 to 10 feet in that process. If you roll me a Dex Exert and you navigate near these drafts, you could possibly get both further and avoid losing altitude.
Okay. I'm going to try it. So, assuming that I can do this. Oops, I have the wrong thing selected. I want to try going on these drafts to get where, as close as I can to Cass. Basically aiming to end up around here.
Yep. So you're aiming to get... Sorry, ping it one more time?
To the far platform.
Yeah. You're going to make the far platform with a quick swoop. Yeah. Alright. There's a few drafts to dance off of on the way. So you want to make the leap of faith and give me the Dex Exert roll?
Let's do it.
Alright. You run up, hop, slide under the cable, unfurl the wood and fiber wingsuit and its many feathers, and catch the wind. You head first into this cloud of smoke. We assume that you took your bone apple tea before coming here, and you do not suffer ill effects from the smoke. And you come up, you manage to catch just enough of a lift that you like slide in here, like almost chest first, but you manage to like pull up into a power slide on your knees. Whoosh, wings flown back behind you as you you end your turn here, kneeling on this platform. That's certainly going to be all your movement for the turn, but you've still got a main action in the hole.
I whip out my flamethrower.
Oh my god, amazing.
That you do. Yeah, so you're trying to shoot like over or under this petrified plank. This creature is moving, but has just dodged something else, so it's not got great control of the trajectory. It's actually 2d8. Good find. Yeah, so that's a failure. Give me a 2d8. So flaming gunk just spews out of this like glass tube in this metal girding of the fuel rod.
Wait, did I get that right? Nope, that is incorrect. It is 2d4. Based on what you told me last.
Well, if that's older, then that'll take precedence.
It's the last time. It's what I rolled the last time I dealt damage.
But like, is 2d8 on your character sheet?
No.
Okay, then yeah, go 2d4.
I just want to be fair here.
Go back and check. Yeah, you singe this
well.
creature, and she cries out angrily. An eyeless face that still has a mouth to scream. Gitsari flies and fumes, bats her arm wings, and is not happy. So that's your turn, Renrick. Lauren, it is presently your go.
I'm gonna go here and try and help Cass up.
Aw. Thank you. How do you help me up?
I'm going to reach down and like try and grab your hand.
Yeah, you reach down, you give a hand. Give me a strength exert.
Okay.
My clawed and spiky hand emerges.
Alright, so you've grasped Cass. And Cass now has a leverage to get up. She has what one might call a co-op third-person art house game about escaping from prison. She's got a way out, if you will. But she'll have to trigger it on her next turn. She's no longer stuck dangling with the spikes in. And she has her reroll for her next go. But Lauren, that's your turn. You're there, you're committed. But by the way, you also failed that mental save against the Gorgeous Gaseous Gorge. So as you look down at Cass, you're trying to help her up. You can't help but notice how entrancing the expanse below is. The twist and wind of it all. Yeah, you feel as if though you are still enchanted by the majesty of it all, and that might come to hit you later. Vivian, is presently your turn. What do you want to do?
Well, first thing, I would like to back up just a little bit and grab the this little light beam.
Alright. Yeah, alright. So you reach out towards this distortion of energy in the world, and you try to ride it.
Very much so, and I'm going to ride it all the way down here.
Nice. Oh,
Marvelous.
nice. Give me... Is that... Yeah, you probably... You can't really stand there, but you could stand there.
Yeah, I
there.
hadn't zoomed out far enough. I had to like sneak myself
Yeah.
a little bit closer.
Alright, cool. Make me a luck save.
Oh boy. Surely I will roll big dice.
Yeah, you do.
Oh my God.
I did.
You
Okay,
did, yeah.
okay.
Wow.
You reach over, you roll your back over it. You feel like you're going through something between a funhouse and a camshaft. Your whole body, center of mass, the gravity of the world even shifts around in your guts. You feel the magma of your brain seep out through your eyes, but you land squarely on 2 feet right where you were intending to be at the end of your main action. Vivian, you are here at the upper end of a planked approach of petrified wood stuck out of the stone. What do you do?
Cling tight to the rocks as my good buddy Jorvik takes another swing at the floater.
Pop, pop. Make him drop.
And I now have a macro for that. Ka-chow.
Yeah, which, by the way, I think Charisma or Int bonus should also be added to that, if I'm thinking correctly. We'll figure it out what it is fully later. Either way, you hit and deal 5 damage. It's up at 1 gaming as Psychic Distress causes its whole body to go boo! You see through the holes in the bone apple, the crunching of tendons, the nervous system dancing with pain, imagined,
Doesn't
yet
like
very real to it.
Doesn't like it.
Yeah, and what should
Well,
and the
and,
priestess is presently still grasped by the floater. What should she do?
Try and break free. Try and hold on. Try and not get dropped into nothing.
She tries to wiggle free, and she goes wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah, and then the floater has her dangling.
Not very good wiggles. Could do better. Could do some better wiggles.
Oh, God, her whittles were really bad.
All right, so it is the floater turns. This floater is just gonna sort of, meander in casual fashion over here. It's gonna full action move. It gets up to around here. The floater that has Priestess Hanella is going to try to shock her.
Oh, fucking hell.
As the tendrils of the jelly go alight with electricity, and you hear as it fails to penetrate her defenses. Good thing she's not wearing metal armor. The floater
goodness.
then sort of, floats up to here. As it does, it almost seems like you see a ripple of jelly, and then an unripple of jelly, as there is a burst of warped light. And suddenly, Lauren, there is a floater on the platform with you. You would get an evasion save, but you're too busy looking at how beautiful the world is. And you find yourself also knocked off and hanging from a ledge.
Amazing.
Oh no.
And then another
I look over at her and I'm
floater
like,
reemerges.
ledge buddies.
Another floater reemerges from the unspace here to the east. Luke cries out, "They're confusing these beasts. There must be some way to drown out her sound," as the screecher goes, "It is the only way to break her hold on them." And he is going to hop up and try to just stab the ever-loving shit out of the floater that presently has Anella in its grasp, sending like electrical shocks unfurling down the tendrils, dancing with electricity. And he swings his ancestral blade, and lo, does he cut down the floater, which is cut in twain. Unfortunately, as he rips open the floater, the gas within unfurls. And all within 20 feet, not immune to the gas, must make a physical save. However, I do believe that Saluk has had his bone apple tea, and Priestess Hanella would have tipped up before coming, so you're good. There is also a fresh bone apple that slurps out of the body to splap as a roll of gelatin jelly meat splops off the side and rolls off the edges as if though a garnish to a rock cocktail. A rocktail, if you will. Which is what you're living through right now. A rocktail. Alright. It's the Screecher's turn.
I mean, I did just power slide and pyrotechnics.
Yeah, exactly. This is a rocktail. The Screecher...
Yes, this is literally a rock.
The Screecher is going to make a screech. Everybody give me a physical save unless you are deaf right now.
Oh dear.
I don't think I've ever succeeded on a saving throw in this game.
Oh, don't worry.
Like in any of
Admittedly,
the
I've seen my
sessions
first
we've had.
successes in like the past 2 sessions. I've gotten some. Oh no, there it goes.
Wow. All of us.
Well, we'll see. Pat, do you want to use the
so
reroll here, or do
close.
you want to save it for your next antic? You'll be up at 1 gaming if this goes through. It's 5 damage.
Holy shit. I mean, yeah, I guess I don't know that I trust myself to get this right if I reroll.
All right,
It's
so
it's a flat D20.
your body
against
shakes,
13.
and one of your
Odds in my
spikes
favor.
is actually knocked out of your arm socket. An incredibly painful, blood-oozing, gory bit where even marrow is seeking through, and your whole nervous system is on fire. It's painful. One of your bleeding spikes is now embedded in the petrified wood. You're still hanging on. But yeah, everybody take 5 damage. Oh, Viv.
Good night.
Does that mean that Jorvik goes away? Or does he just stay?
Yes, I believe. Well, it says until dispelled. I would assume if I go to sleep, I think he'll stick around. If I'm knocked unconscious, I'm electing to make him go away. Because otherwise, if I'm dead, I'm like,
Hold
I'd still
on.
be here.
Alright, so let the Vivs hit the floor. Let the Vivins hit the floor. Oh, a Dane.
That's what happens when I don't
you
mind
made a game
control the
that
boss
You
turn
cannot
1.
redeem them if you are a player in the stream.
No,
Other
okay.
people can give dangers to go alone. Is not.
I didn't
player
even
on
know
stream.
that. I'm sorry.
You can't spend channel points to influence.
I guess
the
that
stream.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Go cheating.
So that was the Screecher's action and turn. It flaps up menacingly over here near Renric. Water the lead. You can do that though.
Can I just get like
That's-
10 water the leaves or 20 water the leaves then?
Yeah, let's
we'll see how that
all
goes
water
for
the
you.
Lee as vengeance.
I'm
for
out of
destroying
water,
our love.
so sorry. That's not going to go far. Pat, it's your turn. It's your turn. What do you want to do? Taking a very long
wanna
sip
water
for
the
all
lead.
of these right now. Act as I take my long sip.
Okay. All right. So, decisions, horrible decisions. So is the Screecher presently no, I'm not gonna do something stupid like that. Mostly because it wouldn't benefit me.
Mood.
Let's see. Trying to think of any. Okay. So, what is getting out of my predicament going to be for me? That's probably going to be a main action in and of itself, is it not?
Or a move action if you move no further.
Move. Okay.
You could spend up
think
all
then-
your movement trying.
All right. And what would it be to grab onto this floater and then grab onto one of the ley lines?
Dex exert. Thank you, exert.
Okay. So I'm gonna try and get up. Do I automatically succeed, or do I have to make?
No,
a
this is
roll?
gonna be the strength exert movement action to fucking hop up here. Remember, you do have a reroll for your
Alright.
shenanigans from Snow Dogs.
I do. That's what I'm saving it for. Strength exert. Does that pass to get up?
Yeah, you do manage to get up, but it's not going to be enough to also like grab the floater on your way. You just managed to get up barely with that.
Then I'm using that reroll right now.
All right, pop the. Ooh,
Even
well,
worse.
You're still up there.
All right. Fantastic. Well, the floater thing was gonna be cool, but
You still have your main action.
honestly,
You still have your main action.
Yeah. Do you still have my main action?
And it is at the nexus of this power. You could try and sort of like shove it down and follow it. It would involve an attack roll, just to see if you
that's
could
what I'm
land
gonna
on.
do.
All right, so give
Yeah.
me an attack roll.
All right.
This will not deal damage. You body slam the floater, and it floats down into this nexus of power. Where are you trying to go? It's unlikely to
Alright,
happen with
yeah.
the floater, but you know.
So, I'm going to try to go, like, right over. That's a bad idea. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Right here.
All right, roll me a luck save.
All right.
Hmm.
Damn it! I wish I had another.
The floater will also roll a luck save.
Does the floater succeed? Like amazingly. Damn.
So the floater winds up like twisted and gored below you and sort of slurps into nothingness. You land almost where you wanted to go, and then plunge out of the sky into rock that you smash face first. Give me an evasion save.
This is gonna determine if I stay alive. Damn it.
Okay. So you grab out, and you are like, you're grinding down the rock, right? At this point, you're just like flailing with your spiked arms. Give me an attack roll. Just punch the rock.
Oh my god. Insanity.
You embed yourself in the fucking rock. That's Cass's
my
turn.
goodness.
Renric, it's your turn. Renric, you see what Saluk means. The Screecher seems to be manipulating the floaters via sound. You are presently kind of beat up, and the Screecher looks like she could go a few more rounds. Your friends are variously dangling off cliffs or unconscious. What course of action do you take?
Yeah, it's not looking too good. Would it be at all feasible to try to bull rush the Screecher into this nexus?
Yeah, I mean, you are a punchy boy. If you want to, you can spend your action, like, clambering up and then just trying to, like, make this a full man-Gegan Screecher scenario here. You do risk Lauren getting her hands stompied in the action, but, you know, what is life without a little struggle? It's going to be a punch skill test, contested by the Screecher.
Okay.
And you're going to get a
Very
modifier
least
of 1 because you have Fists of Stone.
Perfect. Let's
Yeah,
do this.
So Renric's like hard dried over fists, as if those slabs of concrete more so than muscle and bone, batter his foe. He bats at him with, furled wing and claw and tries to hold back and manages to, after you start off strong, gain the upper hand upon you. She's going in. She's got her
Can I
horrible
re-roll?
maw. Can you re-roll as an expert? You can re-roll
As
on
an
skill
expert.
test, yes. Give us the expert re-roll. Give us the expert re-roll.
Amazing.
Still modifier 1.
Dang
The
it.
fates have decreed that what your value shall be. The Screecher's pushing back in, but Renric, give me a punch attack. As it's clear you're not going to be able to push him back, but you can still, bop him across the bonds.
I will be happy to. With my recently upgraded punch.
He throws off your double push, but you bring down a two-fisted hammer on the money to her AC and wipe out half her remaining health as a row of, ribbed and spiked shark teeth go billowing behind sickly purple-blue blood out of her ruined mouth, and, one of her horns is cracked after that absolute stoning.
Hell yeah.
So, Renric, that's your go. Lauren, you are perfectly positioned to flank the Screecher if only you can get up off this board. What's your plan?
I would like to attempt to get up and attack it. Should I roll Strength Exert?
Yeah, Strength Exert will be your move action, pop up, and then you can...
Move action, yeah.
Oh yeah, you fucking leap, you bound, you boing! Back up onto this petrified wood as if though it were a diving board rather than a petrified plank with a bleeding spike in it. And you are perfectly positioned. You gain a modifier 2 on this attack because you're coming behind the Screecher as Renric is going fist to fist to claw with it. He's coming in with his wrecking balls, if you know what I'm saying. And you just absolutely backstab Shank, drive it through the back, right above her hip, near where it combines with the twisting flying tail. She cries out as you do terrible damage against her. She's barely still up. Lauren, that is your go.
I originally wanted to ride the We on an ultralight beam, but yeah, I think that's a better use of my main action.
Vivienne, you sleep, and as you sleep,
Teamwork makes the dream work.
You dream. You dream near this magical pulse. Roll me a physical save. But before you do, answer me this question: if you feel the light, will you let it in?
I'd say Viv wouldn't.
All right, roll me that physical save to see if you wouldn't.
Rather private. Oh, the dice.
I got a quick question. What's your system strain at right now, homie?
Let's see.
Bad.
See if I go nuts and dead. System strain. Oh, it's only 2 out of 5. It's not that bad.
You gain 1 system strain and pop back up. The over 50% threshold. You also gain 1 health as the strange energy almost seems to turn your magma somewhat blue as you rise, panting from the ground. A strange unlight present, a visual migraine fracturing the world around you like broken glass, and yet you've never seen so clearly.
Okay.
That can only be good.
Yeah, so
Surely
Viv,
nothing can come of this.
it's your turn. You're rejuvenated. You feel the power flowing through you, and how do you act?
I'm going to do something I should have done long ago. And she's going to point at the Screecher and she is going to say, "Be a dear and stop struggling, will you?" And she casts the ineluctable shackles of volition again.
Naughty. Yeah. Alright, the Screecher
Magic
goes...
saving throw with the penalty of 1.
Screecher goes for that fucking save, and...
You little shit!
I get to inform you, the Screecher seems animated by a power beyond just this form you see before you. Driven by something. Angered by something. Lashing
Cast for her
out
part. Get the
at
little,
something. Roll me... What is your casting stat, Viv?
Charisma. I'm good at talking to people.
All right,
I
roll me a
convince them
charisma
to-
magic as your ineluctable shackles of volition descend upon the screecher and then pass through her as you fail to grasp upon her animating form and will. And you see a flash of insight in the broken half hexagram of flashing light within your visual migraine. You see part of your own vision fall away, as if though volcanic rock descending into magma. And you see there burning in a sickly blue light something gnawed and broken, a bent beam, a sickly gas blowing and blustering, not as it should, and rage at a wrong within you that animates your form. Your vision paps that up into a blur that comes in shining like a cataract, and that's all you get from that. But you still have your movement if you want to use that.
Nope, I'm gonna hold on to the rock because there's no good place to be.
All right, yeah, you stay in the crack between the two rocks, and it is a floater's. It's the floater turn. This floater is going to not quite reach Lauren in a single turn, and then dash up behind her, floating under and up over the beam. And this floater is going to move in behind Renric and attempt to grasp him.
Coming right down to the wire.
Ooh. The hit puts you down up at one gaming, but you are still alive.
Oh,
You are
God.
ever grabbed. And it is Saluk's turn. Saluk, seeing his comrade in trouble, make sure Priestess Anel is alright, but then charges up these beams, lunges up the lift, and drives his ancestral blade, runes gleaming, into the side of it. And with a great yah, he hacks away. First a feeler, then a rim of flesh, then tendon splits, quivers, and burns. Bloody gash like an axe wound, swooving, melting jello, blood splattering and splooging as he drives closer to the bone apple's very core. He cries out, "We almost have her! Press the advantage!" And the Screecher has her turn, and you might happen to disagree with that statement. So she's going to round upon Lauren and try and sink her fucking half-knocked out Byronric mouth onto you for a bite. And it does indeed sink into the
Yikes.
side and you 3 damage, although you are... Wait, are you you're full warrior, right?
Yeah, I am.
You could Veterans Luck this if you want, you don't have to. But either take the 3
Yeah,
damage...
it's not worth it. It's almost over.
Yeah, you
and
take
I'm
3
gonna, This is a die. Next turn.
Alright, so...
Away from the floater. And
Cass Fenborn, it is presently your turn. What course of action would you like to take? You are spiked into this rock.
Okay, can I climb up this rock and get an attack off in the same turn?
Yeah, you did like an 11 on that check or something. You like punch as if though it were climbing gear with your spikes to pop up here. And then you can come upon below the Screecher, but within 5 feet. Here. You run up,
yeah.
bloody raw knuckles, spikes feeling twisted within your body, everything aching, a phantom pain for where your spike was. You now see dripping your marrow and gore from the bridge.
Yeah, I think I'm like kind of maybe bleeding from my nose and my mouth, and I'm just like very feral at this point, and I'm just kind of and I can demonstrate what I do.
oh, I gotta see this.
And I charge
Beautiful.
at the fucking thing, screeching ferally, and let's see if my screech beats theirs.
You have,
Okay,
you
so-
have not tapped Veteran's Luck.
I'm tapping it right now.
Alright. I have good and bad news. Good news, yeah, there's no way to dodge that. Bad news, she had 3 health left. You hit her for 2, up at 1 gaming.
Wait, what about my 5 shock damage?
Oh shit, no, you're
Well,
right,
that's
it
what-
defaults to shock damage because shock damage is higher. You
Oh.
Thank you,
run
Worlds
her
Without
through from
Number.
below. And yeah, so she is cut down. With this, the floaters no longer having a reason to engage, unfurl themselves from Renrick and Lauren, and they float away. The Screecher, for her part, is struck down, slumps, and then falls. But before you see her disappear below the clouds, you do note her wings fall wide once more, first just catching the wind, and then, with new life and vigor, she flaps up and away.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
We did it! We saved the city!
I was literally at the exact same words. Priestess Anella runs over and says, "Oh my, everyone seems very hurt." And then the Legacy's rift subsides, and the energy
Wait, before it
pulses.
does,
Yeah? Mm-hmm.
I want to grab it one more time.
Uh-huh. What do you want to do as the
I didn't get to do
as the
it.
light fades? What do you do?
I would like to teleport right here and see if I can help.
Roll me a luck save. Lauren, you want to go for that final hop?
I just want to stand in the circle, and just see what it feels like.
All right, give me a whiz notice to just sort of like, bask in it. Also, don't step there,
Alright.
you will fall off. Yeah. Cass, you as like all of the beams shift around, your vision it cuts to white, blinding white, and then blue light, and suddenly you're standing on a beam, a single wide beam to the east. You have bad memories of. Lauren, you don't get great insights into whatever might have been happening here. But yeah, Saluk rushes forth and says, "We can't tarry here. She'll come back. She always comes back." Alright, you run over to Viv.
Vivian, are you alright?
You can't hold that one against me. I was doing my best.
I don't hold anything against you.
Oh, you seem to have gotten yourself quite a bit beat up as well. Oh, come here. Let's wait for Hanella to show up at some point.
Yeah, so Saluk and Hanella are here. Renrick, you've witnessed all this happen. You were grabbed, you were let go. How are you responding?
My adrenaline rush is probably still going. And I'm just ecstatic that we were able to defeat our foe and that I was able to pummel it specifically. Other than that, I'm just like, well, shit, what now? Who do we have with healing expertise?
Well, we have the priestess and Haysworth, I'd like to think.
Well, the priestess is closer, so I would ask her for help.
Yep. So Priestess
like
Anella
to,
says we should get everyone to triage quickly. And she looks around
Offer
and she,
healing to anyone that
Yeah.
needs it.
yeah, she looks at Lauren, and Priestess Hanella suggests, as she examines the grievous wounds that have been suffered, that you pool your efforts and resources and you get people to a safe spot and then do some medical treatment. But Hanella doesn't think that you can necessarily move everyone right now. So she thinks that maybe it's best to do it, where they are. Lauren, or Ellie, do you have the medical rules looked up?
Yeah, I do. It's 3d6 drop the lowest, and it does double that because of the focus that I have.
Okay, but so, what does it heal?
I'm rolling it now.
Great.
And what attribute is this? Would it be like?
So you're rolling int heal to attempt it, right? Because
Okay,
it
yeah.
doesn't just translate your skill test goes to heal. You do a skill test and you heal an amount.
Okay.
I think those are two separate things in the first aid section.
Yeah. Wait. I gotta find the rest of the first aid section because I don't know how many die to roll for the actual.
Are you looking at the
healing
Are you looking at the
amount?
Are you looking at the talent, or are you looking at?
No, that's to attempt to heal people. That's the skill check. Is the 10.
I copy pasted the first aid section. It does 1d6 plus their heal skill, double because of the focus. So it would be 2d6 plus double heal skill.
All right, and Priestess Hanella is going to add a +2 to your healing roll.
Okay.
So roll a d6 plus double your heal skill +2.
Well, it's 3d6 drop lowest. Because it's not. Is it a heal skill check?
It's not. It is not a heal skill check. Just roll a d6 and add that shit. Yeah.
1d6 and add heal and +2.
Yeah, and before we do this, who is and isn't accepting the healing, because this will increase your system strain by 1.
I definitely am accepting.
Heal me up, baby.
Yeah, me as well. Renerick, what's your?
Yep, me too.
Okay, so it's 5 doubled because of the focus +3.
To
So
5,
13.
the skill added is doubled.
Oh, it's the skill added.
Yeah.
Okay,
What's your heal skill?
It's I think it's a +1.
Okay, so 9. Everybody heals 9. After
Yeah,
taking a moment to be healed where you are, Lauren and Priestess Hanella go around tending your wounds, salving them, bombing them, and bandaging. Cut. Everybody, you go up. I believe that puts everyone but Lauren to full.
Okay.
And Lauren, you just heal 9.
Yeah.
And moves back to 4 system strain.
Oh, actually, that does fully heal me.
Yep. And
With
don't
one extra.
over heal. So yeah.
Yeah, no.
This
is not Team
Beautiful.
Fortress 2.
Yes. So all that said and done, you guys are.
I crossed the 50% threshold.
Yeah, your spikes grow quite significant.
You remember what my 75% thing looks like? Give me 1 sec. I'll send it to you.
You just said 50% though.
Yeah, I know. If you're looking to make a smooth transition from one thing to another.
You're at 50. I'm swamped with things right now and trying to proceed with the game,
Sorry.
actually.
No,
So yeah, Cass, you feel like it's harder people to hit you, but also you're having a harder time using any tools as your spikes grow more stabby. So you are caught out still. It's taking you a moment. The Screecher's still down there. You've all gained your 1 system strain from that as well. It is time to go. So someone needs to give me a whiz survive to lead the group across everybody's favorite chasm of falling delights.
I don't have good whiz or survive, so
I remember Cass being rather
someone
good at
else do
that.
it.
I'll do
Yes,
it.
but Cass, you won't be able to make use of the climbing tools this time, so you won't get any positive modifier.
I'll do it.
Alright?
Alright, so let me, do you want me to make that now?
Yep.
Yes.
Is it Wiz, you said, or?
Whiz survive. Yeah, you managed to do a good job despite the adversity, and you bring the group forward. The gorgeous Gaseous Gorge has taken a toll on you, and you travel for quite a time, beat, bloodied, but repaired. You feel your bodies slip a little, though, as you come upon the spire that you know you must ascend through. to reach the bottom, to reach the place you seek. And as you do so, seeing the strange thick growths along the wall, Shell and chitin bash together, bits of goop, the axe head raptors bite marks, the various various incisions in the rock upon the dermis of the creatures. Yeah, you all advance until you finally find the spire through which you will need to descend. By this time, the first go of Bone Apple Tea has completely worn off. You have Priestess Hanella has the material to brew more, but she does warn you that it will incur a system strain to consume.
So it's not an option for.
I'm still below half, so I'll have another sip. Bone apple
I'll have
tea.
another as well.
Bone Apple
Get juiced up.
not saying that.
Viv is going to volunteer to find a place to post up. She's practically melting through the floorboards at this point.
No juicy.
Or she's exceptionally juicy right now. That's the problem.
Yeah.
By
you
the way,
can't
I
have
also take a sip of tea if
juicy.
that is offered.
Lee, I don't suppose that players can donate to the bit menu.
No. You can give me everyone. So okay, everyone, if you drank it, put a little green dot on your token. You just click yourself. There's a little like, oh shit, hold on, sorry. Okay, now here
If
on
you
this.
didn't drink it, remove. Oh,
On this one.
Yeah, so green dot yourself up. Luke will also drink. His eyes seem almost clearer, or perhaps hyper clear now, but you don't see any other change. And he says, "The Screecher. I battled her before. I see that she caught us out. Next time, we'll need to be wary. If she can obtain allies, there'll be great danger to our person. However, all of us together should be able to beat her down again. The more cogent problem is what to do about her regeneration. No matter how many times she tilted at my blade and I cut her down, she came at me again. And I am not so blessed with fortitude." He bangs his armor and says, "So what is the plan, assuming we will face her again on our path?"
How much do we know about this creature to begin with?
How much do you know about... so, he would say, little is understood. The Screecher is a creature which had been sighted before, but was not hostile, and its form seemed different. People described it as hanging near the lower levels and gliding there. However, there's been a change in the gas's composition since the events that have unfolded. It's possible she was disturbed by this.
And sorry, what events are those that happened?
It's unclear, but recently, something changed in the Gorge's Gaseous Gorge. Based on your research, we believe that the charnel heart is in this old location, or not yours, but Lauren's. Based on Lauren's research, we believe that the charnel heart is located in this old facility, at the base of a spire, down at the watermark. A great and arduous descent, but we must make ardently.
Oh, I'm at
I understand.
50% system strain now.
Yeah, so Lauren's like skin is peeled back like 90-80% of the way, and you guys just see the muscle bulging underneath. Lauren, your AC goes down by 1. However, your con mod for HP calculation purposes has gone up by 1.
Okay.
So
So I just get like +1 HP, but -1 AC.
well, you're level 2, right?
Yes.
And what's your con mod?
Plus 2 HP, right?
My
Yeah.
con mod is +1.
Yeah, okay, so, yeah, basically, your max HP is now 17. I'll
Okay.
overheal you this time, just we can know,
Okay.
you can only go this far under your special mode. But yeah,
I
everybody's
don't know how to change my armor class.
that's fine. I will do
I'll
it for
just
you.
keep it in mind.
Yeah.
As it being 14 instead of 15.
Yeah, I'll put a little like shield on you.
Okay.
So everybody's gathered up, and Saluk has more or less said what he knows. Renrick, you'd be free to try and interrogate what knowledge you might have with an int to know. But yeah, it's nobody has like a clear what happened. So the Gorge has gotten a bit fucked recently, and someone needs to go fix it. Is more or less what you knew coming in. And the Screecher arose around that time and started causing problems. Yeah.
I'll still go ahead and roll an int no, just especially because we're kind of brainstorming on what to do about this creature.
All right.
Do I know or think of anything helpful?
So, you reflect upon it, and you suspect that this creature is probably aligned spiritually with the Aratu. That would explain its seeming longevity and uniqueness, and also why it would warp if anything happened to it. You know, as your party has discovered, that this Aratu has not properly formed and requires the presence of a terraforming machine deep into the gorge all the way at groundwater level, which flows openly as if though an ocean or great river down there. As you descend into the gorge where the water is, and that gases are released from the facility that correct the levels of the Aratu so that it will be properly balanced and the creatures here will be able to survive as they have been doing. You've noticed on your journeys that the bone apples distribute at a certain level after the floaters lose control of their buoyancy and then crumple and die on higher levels. The axe raptors, they go and crush certain rocks, seeking things that grow within them, taking them away to prevent honeycombing that eventually destroys vital mineral lattices and causes collapses of the spires. This is all in equilibrium, but has fallen out of equilibrium due to something that is happening seemingly below. You've put together all of what you can guess, and based on Lauren's notes about them being large crustacean-style creatures, you believe that whatever was down there, or whatever built the thing down there, whatever outsider constructed this thing, they probably did not. They probably did not intend for any of this to be happening. It is a malfunction, and you will probably have to restore what is happening there using the charnel heart because you lack any other means to act upon the Aratu in a meaningful capacity to the best of your knowledge, although you might learn more when you're down there.
Alright, that all follows. So I put forth as my opinion that I can't think of anything we can do to defeat the Screecher, as it were. It does seem deeply tied to the Aratu here, and I think the best we can do is to either avoid it or to try to bind it in some form so that it can't harm us. But other than that, I think we really just want to move as fast as we can down to the source of all this and fix it.
I agree. But to that end, Priestess Hanilla, you're a woman of the world. You're wise in the ways of healing, so on and so forth. Do you know of no way to prepare this tea in a way that won't rebuke the system?
I am afraid that the only way to consume this tea without it causing an issue is to have drunk it habitually over many years. The people of Roost are all immune to any ill effects from it because they have grown acclimated, but it is not a substance of our world. At the end of the day, a price must always be paid for meddling with the Aratus.
Cass, I'll be fine. I'll find a nice place far away from all the gas, and I'll yell. I'll project my voice. I'll practice that. I've never been quite good at getting my voice heard over long distances. It's a good opportunity.
I can do this alone, but I would rather not.
We'll be all right.
Fine.
Yeah, so Luke says, we should be wary about pressing anybody too hard. He looks around and he says, but we cannot rest here. We are almost at our goal. We cannot turn back, as it is clear the situation will only grow worse. When last I faced her, she did not yet command the floaters. If she had, I am not sure I could have made it out on my own. Who knows what'll happen if we double back now. And we've just passed that perilous passage. I think our only hope is to descend now into the rock. And keep our party members most on the edge, in the back. All of them, party wipe games. Hello, Rindis, thank you. I think what we're gonna do here as a special, the Rindis special, which is we're gonna divide, what's 10 divided by, okay, yeah. We're gonna give 3 points to each. 3 points to the Guardians, 3 points to the Reclaimers, and 3 points to the Arcanists. Yes, normally you can only do 1, but you know. Oh, you can only do it once, yes. All of them again. Oh my god. Alright. We zoop them back up as you all feel very... Oh my god. Alright. And you all descend. Thank you for the sippy.
Before we go any further, I recall that I still have the Gorgeous Sextant on my person.
Oh shit! Did I give that back to you? Yeah.
We borrowed it from your
I
unconscious
borrowed
body for a little bit.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
I gave it back.
Yeah, so do you want to use that to help navigate down into the gorgeous Gaseous Gorge?
It is a bit of a self-sacrifice because it gives me 1 system strain, which puts me over 50%.
Well,
Reneric,
I could do it for you if you wanted.
No.
No, I'm a little more robust.
I'm gonna go grab a glass of water. I'll be back.
I can still take a few more. I'm at 6 out of 11.
Reneric.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Reneric, you gain 1 AC, but your Dex mod is reduced by 1. And your speed is now 25 feet. You are a rock, sir. You poof, 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 as you step forward. Your body seems to almost, like, dry and cake and stone over. Everybody's gathered up pretty high in system strain, so Luke looks around, seems a little concerned, and says, I'll go first. And, you know...
What's Luke's deal? Has Luke shown no signs of,
The only thing you've noticed is after he drank his bone apple tea, there's sort of like this hyper light to his eyes that you can't quite place. Almost like they're brighter. And if you look closely, you can almost see... Well, I mean, I don't know, do you try and stare directly into Luke's eyes at some point?
I don't know if I mean, yeah, I don't know. When I saw that, I probably did give it a little look-see.
You always notice.
Yeah. I almost did a strength notice. Lol.
How would that work?
I have no idea. That's like the least
You
likely.
flex your muscles and you feel exactly where the drop of sweat is in your body. Yeah, so you do catch a glimpse of an eye, almost like a green rotating circle and then a blue one. And then a dancing resonance between them. And it's almost like there's runes in Saluk's eyes. And it's almost like his eyes are growing apart from the light that contains them. not unlike the beams of wild magic disturbance you saw earlier. And you do
Where I
notice, under his armor, there does seem to be a faint teal glow at the base of his neck.
Motherfucker is the atomic man.
Yeah, so...
Is this Saluk?
Yeah, that's Cass is creeping on Saluk to try and figure out what his stigmata is. But all that's said and done, Renric, you've made the sacrifice. Do you want to make? You want to gain the boon of giving us that final whiz? No, sorry. What was I having you roll to navigate?
Survival? I
Yeah,
believe?
okay. Give me a whiz or int survival to use the sextant and bring the party to the final spire spoken of in ancient record.
Alright, let me adjust that. +1 from the sextant. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, so you managed to bring the group expertly through. You see that there's an extensive passage through which you'd have to suffer through multiple physical saves, and would have been the only way if you hadn't noted a better descent. And so you lead the group towards it.
Hell yeah.
My life for ire.
And, yeah, you... Hey there, Gilletized. You descend deep into the body of this place. And, oh shit, I turned on, dynamic flame... No, I didn't. I turned it on in the right place, okay. You find yourselves descending deep into this rocky base.
Where did Saluk go? And
Exclamation mark fangirl review. This just dynamic lighting is just fucking with us right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you find yourselves descending, and you do, however, as you come into the close quarters, see a seeping of gas, although not the normal kind of gas. This one more green. You have no choice but to go through it on this vast trek. Renric, everybody is going to have to make me a physical save unless somebody is willing to take disadvantage on the physical save to try and bat away gas ahead of another person.
I'm gonna do that.
Would that do that for the whole party or just for one person?
For one person.
I'm
Okay.
going to do that for Viv, and I'm also going to give Viv literally any scrap of clothing that I'm wearing still, as my body is growing increasingly hostile to wearing clothes because of all the spikes.
Yeah.
Huh,
And I'm
me
going
too.
I
I'd
hope
like
that
to
we
do
don't
it
melt
for
through
Renric.
this.
Alright, so you do
I'm
it for
going
Renric.
to,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and, give you a mask,
Alright.
but it's got multiple layers.
So
I'm hoping
Renric and Viv don't have to make this physical save, but Lauren and Cass will make it a disadvantage.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, so Lauren, fortune disadvantage means you do fail, +1 system strain, -2 health.
Bummer.
And Cass, you also take +1 system strain, -2 health.
The party lives another day.
Do it for the
You
culture.
descend, hacking, coughed up, blooded, scratched, in pain, unhappy. But you make it, finally, to a deep part of the cave where the stone turns blue and the air feels cold. And Saluk says, "This is a place that has not been tread in some time. Look, how the dust sits on the ground. And what's this?" And he says, "Aha, the spot." And he points to an orifice down this hole.
I love how you
what's
phrase
here?
things in just the most inappropriate ways possible.
Yeah, you found the spot.
I would say this
Honestly,
is a
my
good
head
spot.
on it.
I might even abbreviate that to be a G spot. For good.
Thank you.
Well, who's gonna go first? I think Cass might have a hard time getting down.
Maybe we could like widen it by all of us sliding so that she can get down easier.
Is that how that works?
I don't know. We could like kick away some of the. Is it dirt or is it like?
So the hole is fully exposed. It's about 10 feet down, and you see there appear to be rungs. Although you also see like it's almost like you're looking into a freezer, which they do have in some parts of the Arcspire. It's incredibly cold down there. You feel it even like as you descend, or as if you would even before you descend. It's almost like your brows stand on end, and you feel like little icicles stab out at your lungs when you inhale and exhale, and it's a cold place.
And is the material of the cave around us like stone, or is it like?
Yeah, it's still stone.
softened?
You used stone here, but that appears to be some sort of maybe metal. It's really hard to say.
Mm.
It doesn't look like any metal you've seen before necessarily, perhaps in the Arcspire, but do you want to?
Right. I volunteer to go first.
I'll go second.
Luke looks at you. Renrick, you're looking pretty changed up, so he's gonna look at you and say, "Are you sure, Renrick?"
Well, I think I'm still doing a little better than Cass, and other than that, I'm still rather sturdy, so it makes sense to me.
And so it is.
I'm fine.
He gesticulates and says, Renrick will take point. I'll be right behind you, in case anything happens.
I appreciate that.
So, Renrick, give me a strength or a dexterity exert to jimmy yourself down this hole.
Alrighty. Do I have a +1 strength mod from my 25% strain? I forget.
I believe so.
Okay.
Yes, you have the
Cool.
strength of rock, although also the dexterity of a rock.
Yep. Dex -2. So manual +1 mod.
You managed to hop in pretty easily. Your fingers are assailed by the cold, but stone cares less than flesh about that. Although you all reflect upon how numb the stone barrier feels between that and you're still beating blood. You find yourself in a strange metal tube, not unlike the engine and other compartments of the Arcspire that you have been in, Renrick, while surveying for goods and checking on things that have been requisitioned, repaired, or taken. There are rungs, massive rungs, clearly intended to be grabbed onto by pincers, not hands, spread too far and also too close in a strange cacophony, as if though intended for a scuttler, not hands, but nonetheless rungs you can climb. You are at the top of a roughly 30-foot descent. You could glide.
Okay.
But you feel like there's an intense cold to grip these metal rungs in this cylinder you've descended into.
Well, do I see anything else in the room?
There's
Like,
massive pipes that seem to be flowing with something. There's rungs, you're in the cylinder, and there's a hole at the bottom which seems to lead to somewhere else.
For now, I'm just going to take my chances on the rungs, since I have people following me behind.
Sure, so as you go, you are dealing with very, iced, slick, slippery ledges, and they're not adjusted in a proper way for your hands. You're going to make a dex exert -1 to be able to climb down these.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Unless something can be done to heat these up or to change the nature of your descent, it's not going to be too easy. You do get a sense of that before you go too low, so you don't have to make this test if you want to think better of it.
Maybe we should get Viv in there.
So I call up,
That's
to
actually a
everyone
great
above and say, these rungs are not evenly spaced. It's actually a little tricky to navigate. And I'm already having trouble.
Just have Viv go first and hold on to each rung for a few.
Yeah.
seconds.
Do you mention how cold they are?
Oh yes, I do. And also, they're ridiculously cold for some reason.
I look at Viv.
I'm not so sure I want to go down there.
You gonna stay up here?
Luke says,
I
while Viv's body is warm, we can't have her taking point for, he gesticulates, the obvious reasons. What if one of us goes down first to ensure that it's secure, and then Viv follows behind?
I was assuming as such. I mean,
Henrik, you could drop down with your wingsuit and wait there for.
I do suggest that.
Perfect.
A brilliant plan! Although I hope we don't have to come back up too quick.
Vivian,
Me too.
are you still insistent on waiting here?
I just it's I can already feel the cold from here. It's I don't quite like water or similarly chilly things in this form. It's uncomfortable.
Never mind, call the plan off. She's not going to do it.
But Renrick, you Batman glide down, correct?
Yes, I do.
You spin
'Cause
around
I'm
the small
Batman.
tube. Batman, Carver. Yeah, you land on the floor, and there is a hole below. You could descend through this orifice at your leisure, or await your compatriots here. You think it might be hard to call back up to them if you go down and around, but you can talk to them just fine from here.
Yeah, I do not go further down. I just do a survey of the area, make sure that it's clear, and if so, I call up and say, all clear.
So Luke looks around and says, so, who brought rope?
We should have a climbing gear or two. Still.
Yes, but I don't think that's going to provide us with 30 feet of lead.
Suppose we'll have to make do.
There is a saying, country
Don't.
boys make do.
Oh,
I've never heard that saying before, and I hope I don't ever again. But let's toss down as much
Viv.
rope as we have.
Hey Viv, do you think I could warm my hands up on your goop before I head down there, please?
You think
yes.
Alright.
Come here and be careful not to touch anything moving. It's very, very warm.
All right.
And Viv offers one
Thank
of her more solid arms, and it is in fact almost scaldingly hot to the touch, but with a layer of cloth or jacket, it's actually just quite warm.
Yeah, so you, Lauren, your hands are heated. You feel as if though this would make it more manageable to descend.
Okay. That's really gonna help me out because I got all these this like no skin, and that might be an issue.
Yeah, your skin is very exposed to the elements, although the muscle below is very taut and powerful.
I feel like it's going to react the same way a tongue does to ice, and you're just gonna be constantly like stuck.
I hate that. I don't know why you said that.
Tongue
It's
body.
awful.
Yeah,
Tongues
so,
are muscles. You can muscle train your tongue.
so
Wait, really?
yeah, so Lauren,
what I did.
you
I gotta look
Lauren,
into
Lauren,
this.
you descend, yes?
Yeah, I do descend.
Give me a dex
Oh,
exert
before-
with a +1 modifier.
Before I descend, does anyone have ropes or anything that I could
We
link
probably
onto
have
the
some rope, but
onto
not,
the
not
rungs?
enough.
The
Not enough to
only
get all the way
personal
down.
climbing gear, which is only going to be about 5 feet of distance.
Okay. I do have like starting equipment from building my character, but I don't.
Does it say rope on it?
I forgot. I didn't put it down on my character sheet,
Then
and
you
it's too
don't
much
have it.
effort to look it up now. So
Yep. So what do? You climbing down?
I just start going down. Yeah.
All right, dex exert +1.
Okay.
You don't have to put the plus in the box. It'll garble the roll if you do. Just modifier 1.
Dex. Insert.
Pat is looking badass in that cosplay. Hello, level 1 geek.
Oh no.
Oh shit, yeah. So Lauren, you
I
go
fall
for
and hit my
you
head.
go for a whiff, and you are now falling. Give me an evasion save to grab at one of the rungs. Yeah, so you hit the ground, your body absorbs a shock, you take 5 damage, and then you sputter and fall through the hole after smacking your back on the lip of it.
Oh shit.
As
Oh,
you
no.
skadoosh into the next room. Slip and slide. Wonderful to have us stop by and say hi, Level 1 Geek. Thank you for joining us on this stream, sponsored by Fool's Moon Entertainment, especially by Fool's Moon.
Wait, can I try to catch her when she...
Yeah, you can try and yoink her. Give me a strength exert.
Awesome.
Yeah, you managed to catch her before she falls down. You do. She pops down a moment, so she still gets that view, but then you yoink her back up. You're on the floor together of this tumbler.
Phew.
And it is now back up to the top, and Luke looks down and says, well, it looks like that was a bit of a slip and a slide. And he looks over at Priestess Hanella, who seems kind of like... And Luke says, Viv, do you think that the Priestess should perhaps stay here and maintain a fallback position?
Probably a valuable use of manpower.
Yes,
Hanella, how about... I was going to say, don't try and start anything. If anything gets dangerous, just let us know and we'll come back and take some stress off of you. All right?
She's like, all right, and she whips out a tent and throws it down, and now you've got Hanella's haberdashery for all your hatting needs.
Perfect.
Vivian, on the subject.
Yes.
Climb on my back.
It is hard to climb on the spiked
Alright.
woman's back, but you could attempt it.
I mean, I feel like there's kind of if she's smart about it, she's got like grappling handles.
I will say, at this point, my body is much less soft and stabbable than it was before. Everything's either going to hook on or pass through, so...
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. This is a
You very
synergy
well
here.
could kill me.
You might take a
risk
point of
of
damage with
Yeah,
me.
you will.
Dripping. I am dripping everywhere.
If she hooks on for every like go around, that'll be a point of damage for you, Pat. You cool with that?
It's what I volunteered for.
All right, but you are warmed up by the presence of Viv. You ready to go down the hole?
Yeah, what is this?
First, give me a strength exert to sort of navigate down the hole and reach the rungs.
Are you fucking kidding me? This is the one thing I'm good at. God
So
fucking damn it.
you smash to the rungs and give me an evasion save to catch real quick.
Alright.
Us. So
I
true. We're
don't,
shaking
I don't think
hands
I'll
right
be able
now.
to catch both of you.
So, Viv, you have climbing gear and such, right? You see the
I
cast
do.
is slipping. You could potentially try and hook to the mouth real quick to try and help her out. Would you think to do that? And do you want to give me any skill that you think would work there?
Absolutely. Sorry, one moment. My roll 20 is having a spat,
She's
so I'm going to reload.
maybe a little bit clumsy in this form. Her
Let's see.
her logical senses are slowly slipping out of her ears. Much like
I
magma
think
from
that might
Tallahassee.
be a really only quite good. I'll say a notice to notice that we're falling and just hook myself as well onto the ledge as while we're slipping. Would that work?
Make it a dex notice.
All right. Badoop.
Excellent.
Yeah, you do. All right, you catch, and disaster is averted. You are still burned by the touch cast, and you have to hang here an extra moment, but you're doing good. You take 1 damage.
Okay.
You too, Joe. Thank you. Now, Cass, it looks like you're down to a nice amount of hit points, right? The stuff like melts as you approach it. When fully melted, taking your time, you don't have to make a skill check to traverse it. However, that's taking longer. Are you willing to hold for long enough to have Viv melt everything ahead of you? Or are you going to try and descend at a rapid rate and just accept Viv's assistance, which will be significant. It'll be a +2 modifier on a dex exert to climb down.
I think I'm gonna risk it.
Dex exert modifier 2. And as we say now, the Gorgeous Gaseous Gorge Adventure, Bone Apple Teat.
I hate you.
And yet, you descend well with Viv on your back, Cass, and behind you comes Saluk after bidding farewell and safe tidings to the priestess.
All right, here we are.
And he just sort of like, slides down like a pro. It mostly got melted down. It mostly squicks off the water and is like, well, it should seem we've all arrived. Lauren, did you get a peep through the hole?
I did. It's like a big circular vaultish kind of room down there. With a strange, I think it was like a dais in the center. I wasn't quite sure. I was only down there for a couple of seconds.
Let us proceed with caution. And he kind of like, steps down, pokes around and says, it looks all clear. There's some strange lights.
Alright. I would follow behind. So
Oh shit, I'm not supposed to be there.
Oh, good, I'll grab you, yeah. You file in. Cass and Viv are last down. You unhook, so, you don't take any further damage because you were daring earlier. And you are now in a far less cold area. And it's a circle, almost kind of like a diving bell. And you see in front of you these 3 nodules that look spaced as if though a larger creature with claws might grab and rotate them, and be able to, by nature of their grasp, see the tips. These lights have dancing squares and triangles that hold no meaning to your minds. This would appear to be the magitech of an outsider species with little to no documentation of their existence or methods or means. What will you do?
I'd like to whip out my research notes and see if I can make any correlation between what I had written down in there and what I'm seeing in front of me.
All right, so you get.
For my
I
part,
would,
turn to Viv and
yeah.
see her response.
Yeah, you remember that there is a combination lock to descend, and you compare your notes and you compare it, and it looks like you know how to rotate it such that it will come up with the proper circle. It's squares and triangles, and they array in such a way that the left to middle to right only contains certain columns and rows, as if though a geographic Sudoku, which has no meaning to you, but seems to slot together pleasantly in your mind when you look at all 3 of them, which together create a full square that overlaps only in the very centermost square. And that seems to be achieved somehow by rotating these nobules, but you don't know how to manipulate them yet. You know exactly what they need to show, though.
I would like to test it by just... Can I just use my 2 hands and put it where the claws would go?
You grab it, you try and twist. You do not have the crabular nature. You have exposed raw muscle hand. But give me a strength exert to hoink it. And yoink it.
Okay.
Alright, you guys hear a clicking, and Lauren goes to each, and then you are as a vacuum seal lid pops metallically over the entrance you came in, and you all feel in your feet a boom and a shaking in your bodies. You feel like you're moving fast, no way to be sure how fast. You know that you're going down as your guts rise to your throat. Luke laughs, shoulders his blade, and says, well, it looks like we're headed into the belly of the beast.
Did I...
Shoulder their blades, jackass.
You successfully insert the combination.
Okay. That's great.
And, with that, you
job.
feel, as you descend into this crustacean construction conundrum, you feel a bit of culture shock. as we bring it out. Thank you all for coming with us. Another delay today. I'm pretty sure next episode is going to be the last of the Gorge, Gaseous, Gorge. Thank you all for coming out. Don't forget, Fool's Moon Entertainment sponsors this stream. Great indie company. Check them out. Spacemark Fool's Moon.
Thank you, Fool's Moon.
Yeah, big ups to Fool's Moon. We are going to do a rapid fire. Just tell me what your favorite part was. One part, favorite, just a star. So I'm gonna go left to right, beginning with Pat. Pat, give me your star.
I must say the amazing shit that happened in that big fight. Like, there were a lot of epic moments. And I think my big star is that I didn't die in spite of having made some objectively horrific decisions in that fight.
Wonderful. Ellie, hit me with it. What's your star?
I really like the ultralight beam. This is a god dream. This is a god dream. Even though I didn't get to use them, that was a really cool mechanic.
God, that song from Pablo. Goop me. I'm glad it was an amazing watch. Glad you enjoyed it, Q Prime. Goop me, Goop. What's your star?
I enjoyed being doted on. My character fell over at the start of the game, and I'm out of spells, but I get to contribute, and people look out for me, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, I go into the dungeon, not necessarily high on resources, but high on life. And
low on life, too.
Low on life.
Yeah.
Finally, Avi, what is the star of your evening?
I also echo the sentiments. The opening fight was fantastic for many reasons. I particularly enjoyed going balls to the wall and just trying to save people before they fall into the abyss. I'm also really looking forward to well, I know that's not what you asked for, but I'm looking forward to finding out what's ahead.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm trying to speed it up, but it's good to know that. So, thank you all for coming out. We have done an awesome stream here together. Thank you for everyone who came through. Our friends, our fans, our family, dreamers, all. It is wonderful to have you. If you weren't aware, we do have a Discord. You can keep up with us on Twitter and Facebook, and we're just happy to have you. So, by all means, whatever platforms you're most comfortable on, happy to see you there. And until next time, dreamers, keep dreaming. I'm going to pop us over to the Quelmar realm. So, until next time, dream easy. It's going to take me a moment to raid because it's being silly, but... Onward! Hi-ho, Silver! Ooh.